Hello Senior 1 students. Today we're going to take Unit 2, Adventure. Are you brave enough? The text is showing you some of the activities. We have here the picture of hiking, the picture of sailing, and the picture of climbing. What's the meaning of each one of those? What's the meaning of hiking? Hiking means that when you are walking on mountains, hills using a stick. So this is the meaning of hiking. When you are hiking, you're just walking on the mountain hills using a stick. It's a kind of a sport. And of course, this one is different from climbing because when you climb up on the mountains to reach the highest top of the mountain. For example, people climb to reach the top of Mount Everest. Then you have here sailing, and all of you of course know what sailing is when you take a boat and you sail across the seas. Okay, now today we're talking about Action Woman, and let me give you a general idea about what the text is talking about. We're talking here about young Kira. She is a girl and she is only 19 years old, and she is an explorer. It means she likes to go to new places in the world in order to explore or discover these places. This young girl, she's not scared of anything. She learned how to walk solo, alone by herself without any help of other people. And she goes to all the hot or very hot deserts. She walks through the dense jungles alone. And she learned all of this because once before she had a low self-esteem. Self-esteem is just like self-confidence. Before doing that, she was a girl with low self-confidence. She didn't have confidence of herself. She learned to do other things in order to be brave. And sometimes when you have low self-esteem, you do things to make you have a high self-esteem, okay, or high self-confidence. Of course, she meets some hardships in her journey. And of course, one of the time she went to a place and she was kidnapped by some of the soldiers. They kidnapped her and they kept her in their base. And then one day, she came up with an idea to escape or to flee. Flee is the verb of fled. Fled is the past form of verb flee. She decided to tell them that she wanted to go to the toilet, and when they gave her this opportunity, she took this opportunity and escaped. Of course, this was a very difficult situation for this little girl who was only 19 years old. If this happened to another girl, of course, that would stop her and put her off from doing these kind of journeys again. But because she was a brave girl, she decided to continue as an explorer, and this didn't stop her or didn't put her off exploring for life. She went again to other difficult new places. She went through thick jungle and difficult waterways and explored a lot of things till she was known to everybody. And she even wrote about all her journeys, and she was very good at writing that she became an accomplished writer. Accomplished, it means that she was good at the skill of writing. So of course the story of Kira, or the story of this little girl, teaches us a lesson that whatever happens to you in your life, any difficulties or any hardships, that will not stop you from being brave, facing all your problems, and continue with your life. Now that you had a general idea about what the passage is talking about, let's discuss some of the new vocabulary or new words. We'll start with the first word, which is mission. And let's see what is the meaning of mission. Mission means if you have a mission or a task, so it means that you have an important thing to do. And when you have an important thing to do, it means that of course mission is a noun, and it means that you have a particular task which you feel you should do. Let me show you the vocab so that we can match the word with its definition. Okay, so mission, it will be number 15. A particular task which you feel you should do. Unlike. Unlike is a preposition, and of course it means that in contrast to. So you can say, for example, unlike my sister, I love traveling. So this means that your sister doesn't like traveling, but you do. Unlike my brother, I don't like football. It means that your brother likes football, but you don't. So unlike gives you the meaning of if you are comparing yourself with someone else and you are not the same as him or her, but you two are different. Okay, then we have the word scorching. Scorching deserts. Scorching, of course, is an adjective, and you can say that it is number 9. It means extremely hot. So scorching deserts, it means extremely hot deserts. Dense. Dense is another adjective, and it means containing a lot of things very close together. So it means like when you are walking in the jungle and you have dense trees, it means that the trees are very close to each other, and so that's why we call them, they are dense. Self-esteem, I said before that self-esteem is the same meaning as self-confidence, and it can be low or high. So you can say I have a low self-esteem or I have a high self-esteem, which means that you have low self-confidence of yourself or you have high self-confidence of yourself. So self-confidence or self-esteem They are uncountable nouns. So self-esteem here is an uncountable noun, and it will be number 7. A good opinion of your own character and abilities. Solo. Solo is an adjective, and when you are solo, it means that you are alone by yourself. No one else is helping you. So it's number 6, without other people. Then we move to the second paragraph. Hardships. Hardships is another noun, and when you have hardships in your life, it means that you have difficulties and problems in your life. For example, you don't have enough money to live, you don't have a job, or you don't have enough food, and all other types of difficulties in your life. So hardships will be number 5. Difficult or unpleasant conditions. Civil war. Civil war, it means that if you are living in a country that has a north and a south, maybe the people of the north will fight the people of the south, and they are all living in one country. So that's why we call this kind of war a civil war. So civil wars are between people who are living in the same country. So it's another noun, and it will be number 10. A war between groups of people who live in the same country. Kidnapped. Kidnapped is the past form of verb kidnap, and of course the person who kidnaps is called a kidnapper. So kidnap, it's a verb, and it means that a person will take you away by force and keep you as a prisoner. You know, when they kidnap kids and then they ask for money to return them back to their parents. So this is the meaning of kidnap. It will be number 13. Taken away by force and kept prisoner. Fled. Fled is the past form of verb flee. And how can you spell flee? It's F-L-E-E, and this is the original form of the verb. Fled is the past. So the verb is flee, the past will be fled, and the past participle will be fled. Flee, it means to run away or to escape. So it's number 12. Run away from something. We move to the other paragraph. First word here is put off. Put off, you can see here the preposition and the verb, so we call that phrasal verb. And when you put off something, it means that you stop to do it, or it will stop someone from doing something. So you can say, I'm trying to put off my dad. I'm trying to put my dad off smoking. So it means that I'm trying to stop my dad from smoking. So put off, it will take the definition number 2. So it means to make somebody not like something. Valuable. Valuable is an adjective, And when something is valuable, it means that it's important. And valuable has another meaning, which means that it's worth a lot of money. So it has two different meanings. The first one is important, and the second one means to be worth a lot of money. So for example, you can say that I have a valuable lesson. So valuable lesson here, it means that I have an important lesson. But if you say I have a very valuable jewel or a piece of jewelry, it means that this piece of jewelry is very expensive. It's worth a lot of money. But valuable here in our lesson, it means important. So it will be number 3. Very useful or important. Waterways. This word is a noun, and waterways will be number 4, a passage of water where boats can travel. So it's just like a passage that is filled up with water, and of course you can use boats in order to travel using this passage or the waterways. Unexplored. It's an adjective, and it's the opposite of explored. So unexplored, it means that they are not yet discovered, and it's number 14, that nobody has investigated or put on a map. So you know, we still have in the world some places that are still not discovered, or they are still unexplored. They are not yet on the map. Accomplished is an adjective, and as I said, it means that you are skilled at something. So if you are an accomplished football player, it means that you are skilled at playing football. So accomplished means number 1, highly skilled at something. Now let me show you the answers just to make sure that you know all of them. Okay, then I will let you listen to the passage, and while you are listening, I would like you to answer exercise 1, this exercise. So listen to the passage again and try to choose the best answer or the correct answer. Now listen.
Unit 2, page 13. Read. Exercise 2. Read and listen to the text. Action Woman. Young Kira Salak is an explorer with a mission. She wants to find the undiscovered corners of our planet. A difficult task, you might think, in the age of GPS technology and Google Maps. However, according to Kira, there are still plenty of new places to visit and new adventures to experience. What is more, Kira prefers to travel alone, unlike the famous explorers of the past who would set off with an enormous team of helpers. But what makes a young woman leave her studies and family at the age of 19 to go on dangerous journeys across scorching deserts, through dense jungles and along fast-flowing rivers? Kira explains that as a teenager, she used to suffer from low self-esteem. She thought solo adventure trips would help her to discover what she could do. She was right. For her first adventure, Kira decided to go backpacking across southern Africa. In spite of the hardships of the journey, the trip had been going well until she went to Mozambique. This was a country that was in the middle of a civil war. She was travelling near the border with Zimbabwe when she was kidnapped by soldiers from Mozambique and taken to their base. Despite the frightening situation, Kira kept calm and asked if she could go to the toilet. It was her opportunity to escape, and she fled into the night, running all the way back to the Zimbabwean border and safety. After such an experience, most people would be put off exploring for life. Kira, however, had learned a valuable lesson about herself. She was braver and stronger than she had realized. With her new self-confidence, she planned more trips. She wanted to visit somewhere that very few travellers had been to. The destination she chose was Papua New Guinea. This was considered one of the most difficult islands in the world to cross because of its thick jungle and difficult waterways. That didn't stop Kira. She cut through the jungle and canoed her way across the island to become one of the few visitors to complete the journey and the first foreign woman to do it. These days, Kira's family and friends are used to her going off on long expeditions. Since her trip to Papua New Guinea, she has travelled across Alaska, Bhutan, the Congo, Mali, Peru, Mexico, and the Himalayas. She is always searching for hidden, unexplored corners to tell people about. Kira has recorded her travel experiences in newspaper and magazine articles and a number of novels. In fact, as well as being a respected adventurer, she is also considered an accomplished travel writer, and she has been presented with various awards for her writing. To most of us, it all sounds incredible. But Kira says that travelling shows us that no culture is better or worse than another. She also adds that the majority of people on the planet want the same things: peace, happiness, and a good life for their children.
Okay, now let's check your answers. For exercise 1. Number 1. Kira travels abroad. The answer will be C, by herself, because you know she travels solo. Number 2. Going on adventures alone. The answer will be A, helped Kira become a more confident person. Number 3. The soldiers from Mozambique that kidnapped Kira. The answer is D, let her go to the toilet. Number 4. Papua New Guinea was a place that. The answer will be D again, had never been crossed by a foreign woman before. 5. Kira likes to. The answer will be C, find places that are unknown to most people. Last question. Kira says that travel has made her realize that. The answer will be number B. People everywhere have the same hopes. Okay, let me show you the answers of exercise 1 again. And that's the end of our lesson. Thank you.